Hello again to another episode of KERB TV. Today we're going to be talking about delivery. I've got my co-host Jack Farger out in
Hello.
Limehouse.
What's up?
Another beautiful day.
I know. I can
It's
see
relentless.
the key. Oh.
So, so what we're going to do for today, we're going to have a little bit of news. The production values have gone sky high. Yeah.
Great.
So yesterday, Rishi announced that there was going to be some help for the self-employed, which applies to a lot of our traders. So we're going to talk to Mark Laurie of NCAS, the National Caterers Association, who is going to tell us what that could mean to some people and also what help they're doing for street food businesses across the nation. Mark, hello.
Yeah. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, we're still very much involved in trying to keep the wheels on the industry, really, as much as turning. So we've been working with members and obviously with government where we can to try and find a solution for people, because mobile catering and street food especially is so niche that a lot of the problems that were easy to fix don't apply to us. So the restaurants, they knew where they were, they had tax records for them, they're easy to find, and so it was easy to just drop a load of money in as a parachute payment for the restaurants and a lot of the hospitality industry. And obviously what came out of that was that there are millions of self-employed people that would also require support, but what we've always said all along is that mobile catering is just a little bit unique, it's a little bit different, and the problems that people are going to face at the moment are going to be quite extreme and quite frightening for a lot. So we're due to speak to the Department of Business today. Some of you may have joined in our petition to government, so letter writing to MPs. I think letter writing to MPs is something that people should be doing. We were told yesterday that the Treasury had been handed a handful of letters from NCAS members saying, please help us. Here's the problem. So what we are still asking for is specific sectoral support for mobile caterers, and all of those guys that were pretty much heartbroken yesterday for various different reasons. There's 2 or 3 different areas that self-employed people would have fallen through cracks. So those guys were still out there fighting for you to try and get you something, and also the wider industry. We're actually looking to launch a new survey this afternoon because we want to find out exactly how many people are affected by not receiving suitable support through the self-employed program. So we want to know sort of why the self-employed thing didn't work for them, and what effect that's going to have on them. And then we're going to take that to government and go, look, there are X many number of people that have just started a business or were part-time, now gone full-time, or because of seasonality, they just haven't got the books behind what they're doing to actually request enough money to live on. So yeah, lots of different things, lots of different angles, and we're also working very hard to see if we can repurpose parts of the industry, because basically it's all delivery for food now, and we also have growing concerns with regards to millions of people who were either identified by the NHS as being high risk from COVID virus, but also the millions of people that are now living on the breadline, or who could find themselves very close to the breadline through various measures not reaching them.
So, Mark, do you think street food is probably in a unique position where it can actually support a lot of the key workers on the front lines, can't it? Yeah, so is that something that you're pushing for with government and DEFRA and all that?
Yep. We'll be coming to you for a quote soon, Ollie, but we're firing. We've done a proposal for DEFRA and for the Treasury and for the Department of Business The Food Standards Agency said it was a great idea when we floated with them a week or so ago, as did the Department of Business. So we're getting traction within government. We've literally got 10,000 talented chefs and cooks who are mobile, who can be anywhere in the country at any time of day or night, producing really good food for people. And there is everyone's thinking, oh, well, the emergency workers, the NHS staff, and the people who are identified as really high risk. Now, there's also going to be several million people that are going to be really struggling in the coming months with money and with access to food. We've already seen people struggling to get food from supermarkets, even if they've got money. So, it's about, is anyone delivering for that market, for those people who need to eat, need good food, but can't access it through the supermarkets, can't get deliveries, and can't really afford £10 or £15 a day on Just Eat or Uber Eats or one of the aggregators. So it's about delivering a service where there is a gap in the market, and I think there's going to be quite a big gap in the market in the coming months that needs to be filled, because people are going to be hungry.
Yeah, there's a lot of our traders who we've been talking to recently, like their first instinct is to like help, and literally people like around them who are like willing to pay something for food, but they find themselves in this grey area of like, what am I allowed to do? Can I still trade? Like, can I still serve people food? Where do I fit into this like list of key workers? Because what I was doing before does not necessarily what I could be doing now.
If you work in food, you're now a key worker.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go out and sell food. We think that, I received something through this morning on how to safely do takeaway. I think takeaway is done for now. I wouldn't even look into doing takeaway if I was a mobile caterer today. I'd be looking into some form of click and collect or some form of delivery. So we're looking to put out something in the next few days which will show caterers how to safely do ready meals. So as long as you're not doing frozen ready meals, if you're doing eat within 2-3 day ready meals and you're serving it direct to the customer, then the legal requirements in terms of testing of the product and labelling are far more manageable for a small or micro business. So there's going to be scope for KERB traders, customers, and mobile caterers to still offer delivery services, not necessarily through the aggregators, the apps, but also to do different types of food delivery. So ready meals, batch cooked, and served up to people. So that there will be ways for us. And the one thing about mobile caterers is we're really versatile. We're good at rolling with the blows. We adapt. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether the market's dead, whether the organisers are nightmare, all of these different things that we have to get. They're just part of our lives.
You set up a kitchen in a field every month.
Spend £5 to go stand in a field and lose £5, and then go back and do the same thing next week. We're a bit nuts, and that helps in a nutty situation, I think. So although we're in a really bad place at the moment, or we feel like we are, I wouldn't want another. This is the best bunch of people to get out of that place with.
So I think that if people want more information from that, they go to support our sector campaign, which is on the NCAS website or on all of your social media profiles.
Yeah.
Great. So, thanks.
Write to MPs.
Write to your MP. Write to your local MP.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, Mark.
Pleasure.
We'll obviously be talking in the coming days. Hope everything goes well. Hope Birmingham's fine.
Not quite. If you do have any spare food, you don't know what to do with it, give it to your local food bank as well, because those guys are really struggling at the moment. NCAS are available 24/7 now until this problem's over, and obviously we're always available to KERB. Stay in touch, guys, and stay safe and stay positive, because we're going to get through this.
Amazing. Thanks, Mark. See you soon.
All the best. Thanks very much.
So we've just been talking. Mark actually did an amazing job for us leading up to what we're actually going to be talking about today, which is delivery. So just about an hour ago, I got delivered by Cristiano, one of our traders' friends, business, a delicious bento box with salmon, omelette, I think a bit of pork, maybe a bit of chicken, some pickles, and can't see that, that's a miso soup. Not only that, but at the same time, I also got delivered by our team at KERB a delicious Seven Dials Market Pilsner, which obviously you'll be able to drink as soon as we get out of this. And if you want to come to our party, go on our KERB food store, which is there. Hang on, try and do this right. There. You can go on there and you can buy tickets to the Thank Frig, This Is Over event, which will be happening as soon as we get back. 100%. So now we're joined with Jess from Only Jerkin. Hi, Jess.
Hey,
where are you?
Can you see me?
We can see you loud and clear. So where are you?
So I'm in my office at the moment, which is next door to our kitchen. And we have just started our delivery service, well, about a week ago.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
So it's going okay. I mean, it's ticking over. It's picking up. Obviously, one of our issues is that our kitchen's in South London. So we don't have a huge following in South London just because all of our markets with you guys and our sites are more central based.
Yeah. So just to put into context, like if this wasn't happening right now,
yeah,
you'd be in Camden, where you normally are 7 days a week.
Yeah.
What day is it? It's Friday, so you'd probably be at St. Cat's.
With you.
Yeah, lunchtime with you, Jack.
Yeah, just dancing away. Yeah. And so obviously all of that stopped.
Yeah.
So you've pivoted to doing just delivery, and obviously you're in Birmingham as well, which I imagine has also stopped.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
like, how did you start doing delivery? Like, did you start doing it yourself?
So yeah, we first started our own delivery service, just literally taking orders over Instagram. Put my mobile number on, which might have been an error or not. But yeah, we just thought we'd try and get it up and running as fast as we could. And obviously there's a delay going through apps like Deliveroo or Uber Eats or whatever. So we thought to try and get some cash flow and give some shifts to our team and see if it's actually possible. We thought we'd just try and launch our own delivery through our Instagram, taking DMs, and try and do it that way. Which like? You are. What was it like? Well, I mean, the support initially was amazing. Loads of people trying to order, but as I said, unfortunately, we're in a tricky area, which doesn't a lot of the time cater for or like cover the radius of a lot of our customers. So we're sort of trying to build a customer base in a whole new area, off the ground of just like Deliveroo and a delivery service, which is all right. It's getting there.
Like, what was the like deciding factor from organizing yourself to using like a platform like Deliveroo?
I guess you just get people viewing you a lot more. I mean, everyone goes on to Deliveroo now, and whereas if it's just on my Instagram, it's just based purely off our custom base. I mean, ideally, we would have our own delivery service running without using the other platforms. But I think just as a starting base, we just had to try and cover as many areas as possible, really.
What I find quite interesting at the moment is that we've heard on the grapevine that Deliveroo are now actively courting street food traders.
Oh, really?
Because a lot of the big businesses that were on it and doing really well have just shut up shop totally.
Yeah.
And so they're looking for people like you to sort of pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And do stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of our worries is that it was just going to be too oversaturated now with pretty much everyone in hospitality, whether they're street food or a massive restaurant chain, we're now all relying on delivery. So, I mean, our first thought was, is it even worth the effort? And like trying to figure out the logistics and stuff if literally everyone is going to be doing it. Plus also just the worry of it means myself or Luke or whoever being in the kitchen, whether that's actually a responsible thing to do as a business. So we're kind of, I mean, as the days go on, it seems to be changing every hour. But yeah, we're constantly flipping to whether we should push on and try and keep the business afloat and stay open to customers and trying to feed who we can, or whether it's more responsible just to try and, you know, stay home and shut up shop completely, which I know some of the bigger chains have resorted to. But I think it's encouraging people to stay home at the minute. So we're pushing on for now and trying to feed who we can and trying to promote that we can still feed people and they can still have that luxury whilst staying in the comfort of their home, if it just risks one of us being at the kitchen at one time.
We've had
sorry, Ollie. Well, rather than being like, oh yeah, we think we'll be doing delivery forever. It's like you're literally taking it shift day at a time and being literally, like, is it something that we can keep doing? Is it worth doing? Do we want to do it?
Yeah, it's completely like that. It's completely one day at a time and seeing whether it's like safe to keep doing it. I think as it stands, delivery is still seen as, well, like Mark was saying, it's still seen as like an important key worker role. So we'll keep on pushing on while we can.
We got a question in from Dominique, one of our biggest fans. She says, "Are they still charging the crazy percentage though? Have you seen any movement from Deliveroo or?"
Yeah, well, it's for us it's 30%. I think because we're new to Deliveroo, we don't really have much leverage with reducing our percentage. I think as we continue with them, we'll have a bit of bargaining power, particularly as we're only using them as our platform at the minute. We're not on Uber Eats or Just Eat or anything, but yeah, I think we have to have a few weeks under our belt to show that we're using it and we have a custom base coming in before we can sort of bargain that. But yeah, I mean, it does seem crazy that it's still such a high percentage when they know all these traders are doing it for like a means to an end at the minute and trying to keep the business afloat.
It's about survival, you know. It's an opportunity, obviously, for you to grow and develop like a different part of your business, but it's also literally like to pay all the people that you have on contracts, to pay people hours, like people that want to work. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been like, this is our first time we've ever done delivery from anywhere, so it's been a bit of a challenge, but it's always nice to get your teeth stuck into something new and figuring something else out. And essentially we have like everything here that we need to do delivery, and we're quite lucky that we have a kitchen and a prep space that we can run delivery from. So
just because I think other people might want to like know like what some of the challenges were, like what kind of things that you hadn't anticipated, or you like, you know, that someone else might want to think about before they start doing it themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess prices is a huge thing. Taking into consideration there's always a percentage on top of what you're usually charging. I guess like how your food travels and the containers that it's traveling in, and how it's actually traveling. So for our own delivery service, sometimes I'm running it around in the van or the car or whatever, but we also use a delivery service called Stewart, which has been really good, which is like an independent courier service, which kind of works, I guess, like Uber kind of thing, but it's a guy on a bike with a thermo box.
That's what Slurp is run off of.
Oh, really?
And actually, when they look independent, but they're not, that's DPD.
Oh, of course it is. Well, there you go. They've named it Stuart for a reason. So you think it's just like little Stuart coming along on his bike.
It's like how there's that bank account called Marcus, and it's actually run by Goldman Sachs. They called it that.
Like that. Well, Stuart's doing a great job. So I'll keep
actually, the fees for Stuart are a lot lower than.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And actually, what I do, I always just tell the customer how much the delivery is going to be from that quote, and they've been happy to pay it, because I mean, everyone direct messaging you is mainly doing it to support you, and you know they like your food, but they're also in it trying to support independent hospitality companies and stuff. So they're usually willing to take the delivery charge, or at least half of it, or whatever it is. So
on that basis, do you think this like represents a sea change of like how people eat, or do you think like if this kind of stops in 3 months' time, people will just be dying to like go outside and it will go back to normal?
I mean, I'd like to think that once this is over, everyone will be out on the streets again, because that's really what we're about and what our like company ethos has been about, bringing people together and not isolating, eating food. But saying that, it has actually worked quite well for us. And so even if people are back out, we'd probably still try and continue a delivery service just because it seemed to be quite successful. But yeah, let's just pray once this is over, people are back out and aren't confined to their homes.
Yeah, I definitely know.
I think it's moving in the direction of delivery anyway, the world.
You'll definitely be throwing a party. I know that for sure. And
yeah, absolutely. I can't wait.
You can't deliver a sound system, can you?
I'll give it a go, Ollie.
I like also, I'm loving the light in the background. Is that on all the time in the office?
Lights at all times, yeah. I was going to turn the lights off if you want. We can have a real disco.
And so you're also selling gift cards, right?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, I mean, we've sold about 8 £100 gift cards, which is really nice. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think we'd sell any, but you'd be surprised how willing people are to support and help out where they can. So yeah, that's been good, and I'd recommend anyone doing that. I mean, it's quite a nice thing to be promoting anyway, regardless of the money. And yeah, just helping with that cash flow any way that you can. I'm worried once this is over, we're suddenly going to be in debt to everyone, but we'll work it out.
But you've got plenty of chicken to be able to give to them.
Oh, exactly. We've got to get rid of it, you know. But we're also going to be launching a delivery service in Birmingham next week as well.
Nice.
It's a delivery coming through on my phone.
You take a live delivery on air.
No, I'll call them back. They can wait.
Yeah, we'll tell Mark that. Well, Mark will know. He goes to
all the time. Yeah. No, it's nice. There's also a cab company up in Birmingham who are doing. Oh my God, they want that chicken. Who are offering like a reduced rate for delivering food, which is really nice. So like the independent cab company that they're all trying to help out as well. So yeah, it should be coming to people's doors in Birmingham soon next week. So
before we finish, I just want to show you a nice picture to remind you of the good times. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Honestly, I feel like we're back to square one. This is me. This is what it is now. Me and Luke back in the kitchen.
Cooking chicken.
Cooking chicken.
I actually found another. I'll just find another one because I've got a really good one, which I'd love for you to critique about what you would change now.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll just find it. So when you're back, you'll be back on the markets. Back on events.
Yeah.
Have we got any Only Jerkin sound system things planned for sometime this year?
Yeah, I mean, well, we did have one. Actually, it was tomorrow, which we've had to postpone. Yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, we had a few lined up through the summer, but we're just postponing for now. But yeah, there'll definitely be some Only Jerkin sound system events for sure, and festivals, and yeah,
it'll be needed for sure.
It'll be needed, yeah, a big old dance for sure.
Oh my God, people want that chicken.
I'm worried. What's this next photo coming, Ollie?
I might not. I'm struggling to find it. It's quite far back. You've posted a lot of times on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I essentially wanted you to critique your first ever setup at Druid Street and what you would have changed.
Oh, I know the photo. I mean,
there's like a gingham kind of like.
Yeah, there's like a blue tarpaulin hanging over our head.
But like, yeah, you're not the only person who said like it's gone back to square one.
Yeah.
You know? Like it literally
feels like back to square one. Yeah.
Like you've gone back in time 5 years. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm back in my kitchen again. You know.
Yeah, back in the kitchen, figuring it all out, cooking, killing.
Here we go.
Just found it.
Look at this picture.
One.
Let me get it up bigger. The thing I like about this is that the first thing I think you and Luke will both be looking at is the fryers, and you'll be like, how on earth would we rely on them?
Hilarious. You know, we still use that fryer for private events, though. It's going strong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For your electric-only events. Yeah, I mean, when we started that, I literally walked into Nisbet's and was like, I need to fry chicken. What do I need to use? And they were like, yeah, this will do you. I went in trying to find like a big saucepan or something. And yeah, they sold us that, and it pretty much tripped the market every day. But yeah, it's going strong.
Everyone's got to start somewhere. There's an amazing thread on Twitter. There's a trader up north called Palmstar, and they said, whilst everyone's bored, send me a picture of your first setup. And it's amazing the development of someone when they just first started using Nisbet's Buffalo, you know, like tiny fryers, to where they are now with a huge van and like a team of 20 and an office. Who would have thought you'd had an office?
I know. Well, it's office / studio with Luke's DJing equipment. Yeah, I mean, it's mad. Like our first setup was just ridiculous. Everything electric only, borrowing bowls off my mum and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, now I've got a truck and all of that.
So it's almost like a nice turn of events to go back to that lo-fi style of the business. Yeah.
Making all the mistakes and learning everything the hard way.
Yeah. Sure. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's been great.
We'll have you on again next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Do those deliveries in.
And let me know if you want to order any chicken.
Oh yeah, so
I can take a direct message for you guys.
What areas are you delivering to right now?
I deliver anywhere, Ollie.
You wouldn't deliver to Finsbury Park?
No, I did deliver yesterday to Canary Wharf.
Okay.
And
Jack's vegan.
I'm vegan.
So Jack, I know that's near you, isn't it?
Yeah, so 2 weeks and then I'll order some.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, thanks very much.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
See you soon. Okay. See you back on the market.
You are?
We'll see you back on the markets.
I know. One day.
Everyone's going to be so excited to be back.
I know. Can you imagine? Just going to be one big party on the market. Great.
Great.
See you guys.
See you soon.
See ya.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
Third show. Done. Oh, it's your second show, sorry. Second public show.
Yeah, second public, yeah. That's good.
Thanks for joining us again today, Jack.
Thank you for doing an amazing show. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
I'm gonna crack into this Seven Dials Market Pilsner. This one's for you, Hannah Walton, and James, and Hussein, if you're watching.
That's some like top tier ASMR kind of like, you know.
Oh, what? Should I have done it into the mic more?
No, it was great. It was great.
I can drink it into the mic if you want.
Go on.
Did you hear that? I don't know.
Quality content. Quality.
So yeah, we're going to take the weekend off, but we'll be back on Monday. Every day, 5 days in a row, chatting to traders, chatting about the industry, seeing how everyone is.
Yeah.
I've been Ollie from KERB.
I've been Jack from KERB. Bye. Thank you. Goodbye.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.